Well, good morning.
Morning.
We are back doing the Shakespeares Avon way.
Yeah.
It's been about a year since we did a bit of this trail, but it's spring, sun's out, and we've just come to the lovely village of Cleeve Prior. Look at this, just look at that behind us. Isn't that gorgeous?
It is absolutely gorgeous.
Absolutely stunning.
Yay.
So we're heading a bit further down the Shakespeares Avon way. We're getting towards the end of it now. We're heading into Evesham today, so we're going to walk from Cleeve Prior down to Evesham, maybe a bit further. We'll just see how the day goes. And you might join us on this walk.
So we headed out of Cleeve Prior towards the river, and we were looking for a road that would take us down to the riverbank where we would rejoin the Shakespeares Avon way. This was early spring, and the flowers in the gardens and the verges were gorgeous. And as we reached the outskirts of the village, our way forward became obvious.
To river only, so we'll go that way.
Okay, we'll go that way. That's down to the river, just down the road there. So we're just making our way down to the river. Lovely views. Looks like some sort of caravan park down there. Got a bit of a dilemma here because the book instructions aren't that clear on whether we go around and follow this bridle way up there or whether we go down the road to the caravan park. So there's no signage at all here, so it's our first gamble. So right at the start of the walk, we're going to take a chance and then hopefully we won't get lost.
So we headed off down the bridle way, pretty uncertain about whether we'd made the correct choice.
Have we taken the right path? Well, it is going towards the river, so hopefully, fingers crossed. I love this time of year. Look at the blossom, it's absolutely gorgeous. The sun is shining. What more could you want? Better wait for Si, he's at the back there. He's trying to get an app on his phone to help us with the map. There he is. Hopefully we'll find the right way.
So I've resorted to using an app to try and find the path. I've used Outdoor Active, which has helped us a lot in the past when we've done these walks. Not quite easy to use. Now it's saying we could have done either route actually, so we're going to continue as we are down this bridle way, and then we're going to drop down off the ridge down towards the riverside path later on this track. And the Cooks Explore wildlife photographer has been busy at work as usual. I wonder what she's seen.
A bit muddy underfoot, but look over here. This looks like deer footprints. Wow.
This looks a bit precarious. This is a bridle way supposedly. I'm not sure the horses are going to get down through here. My goodness me, look at this. Quite pretty though. It's a bit muddy and slippery underfoot going downhill.
And before long the river came into view, and it was quite a quick descent down to river level.
Well, here's the other path. They've merged where we were and the other one, so at least we know we're on the right track now. It's been very muddy underfoot. We're just glad we've had a week of drying out, so dread to think what this would have been like about a sort of a week or so ago.
Listen to that bird song. Love the bird song. This was a really pretty stretch of riverside walking through farmers' fields, and alongside the river were various fishing jetties, and there were occasional fishermen just sat there casting their rods and lines into the river, hoping to snatch a decent catch for the day. And when we found a quiet spot, we got the drone up and asked it to follow us so that we could capture the beauty of this magnificent setting. This was just gorgeous, and a reminder of why we love doing these walking trails.
Big ball of fire in the sky. How lovely.
This was a good stretch of field walking, and we passed yet even more fishermen casting their rods and lines into the river.
Shows what a beautiful day it is. It's early March and the sun is shining, and look, I'm in my t-shirt. Wow!
Our wildlife spotter is going off down there doing some vlogging. Look what I found. I think she's missed it. It's that time of year. I agree.
Having done other walking trails that follow the paths of rivers, we know that seeing swans in spring is one of the highlights, and it won't be long before this scene includes cygnets. So far, signage have been pretty much non-existent, and when we found some signs, we tried to read them to see if we were actually following the Shakespeares Avon way. This sign was unreadable, so we climbed across the stile and across the bridge to check the one on the other side.
So we've looked over the other side of the bridge, and that sign you can just about make out Shakespeare on there. I don't know whether you can see that, but that's a good news because that means we're on the right path.
The trail then took us to a weir in the river, and rather than crossing fields, the trail now followed a hardcore driveway.
Well, this is lovely riverside walking, isn't it?
It's absolutely gorgeous.
It's a beautiful sunny day. The temperature's getting up. It must be what, 15, 16 would you say?
Yeah, something like that.
T-shirt weather, and it's
Certainly.
in March, the beginning of March as well. Really nice though. Just down, we're just heading down towards Offenham. I think it's Offenham, I think it is. There's a nice weir back there. That's quite pretty. There. And then
It's absolutely gorgeous.
we're just in the shadow of the escarpment. Let's swing it around that way so you can see that. And there's the escarpment there. And just, yeah, so really nice. The path is muddy in places, but dry generally, I would say. Would you say that?
Yeah, it's not too bad. We've had the muddy bit. There's a few puddles still. We've had about sort of a week of dry weather. I think the amount of rain that we've had, I think it's going to take a lot longer than that to dry up, isn't it?
How's the wildlife spotting going?
Yeah, I've just seen a lovely, beautiful yellow butterfly back there.
Oh, how nice.
Yeah.
Is it butterfly season already?
So, well, you know, if we're out in T-shirts already, you know, the butterflies can come out, can't they?
Oh. Anyway, nice day out in the English countryside. Very nice.
You can see why the fishermen flock to these riverbanks. What a peaceful spot to spend the day. The trail then took us into and through a park full of static caravans and park homes.
Out of Offenham Park. So, Si, which way?
Well, the book
Left
says
or right?
book says we go right, so it's Offenham Park. That's where we've just been to, through that sort of holiday park there. Very nice. We're on a main road now, so it says we go right now.
Continue straight for 500 feet.
There you go. It's saying you've got to go 500 feet down here, and then we go left, I think.
Off we go then.
At least there's a path for the roadside walking. And it looks like there's a pub down there. It's a bit early for that though, but we're going to have a look. The pub's called the Fish and Anchor. It's not even 11 o'clock yet, so we can't even have 11s yet. But just next to that is a gap. Looks like we go down there.
So we go down here, but look, no signage.
Another reminder that this was spring was that the farmers were sowing their crops in the fields. The path took us across a couple of fields before we rejoined the main road.
Now takes us across the
In
road.
60 feet, turn right on Avon Way.
Yeah, we can see that. And it looks like we're going across a muddy field towards the greenhouses here.
Turn right on Avon Way, then continue straight for 550 feet.
Oh no, look, they've left the path for us, look.
And nice that the farmer has left the right of way clear for us. That's good, but not just us, lots of people.
Actually, it's not muddy, is it?
Not too bad. We're just trying to find our way where we're going now. We're in these polytunnels here. I think it's down there, I think. You think now that this arrow here means that we go down there, and there's another arrow down at the other end, so we'll try that.
Oh look, there's some crops there in the polytunnels. Yay! And look at this crop of broccoli. Wow, looks lovely. All ready for the picking, hey?
This route through the farm was actually really well signed, and it wasn't long before we found ourselves away from the farm and heading back out across the fields.
So it looks like we've gone through the farm now, and we're just going back into open fields again. There's a gate here. Oh, there's a warning bull sign on the gate. Oh joy.
There's bull in field here, so I wonder if there is. We'll have a little look. Look! Now you're going to video me falling off, and you can get £100 if you send it in.
Oh, let's hope so. You go walk the plank. Imagine you're on the cruise ship.
Woo! Hey, I did it!
There was no bull in the field, so we had to improvise. We headed off down the lanes towards the village of Offenham, and then I realised I'd lost something.
So I am today's idiot. Again, I seem to have a bit of a death wish when it comes to our microphones. So my microphone fell off my bag and was landed on the floor somewhere. So
We had to retrace our steps, didn't we?
we did, and I am today's clown. Never mind, me and microphones. Woo!
Is that the path, Si?
Yeah, it looks like the footpath goes down here. There's actually a sign here, but it literally just cuts the field off. And look down there, there's a maypole down there. That could be a nice bit of space for a bit of lunch, a bit of brunch. 11sies.
No, 11sies we've got to have.
All right, 11sies then. That's pretty, that maypole, isn't it?
Look at this beautiful maypole. Don't know if there's anywhere to sit to have our 11sies, but we could stand there and have it. It'll look nice, won't it?
We spent a moment just admiring the maypole.
Well, we've just had a lady come and tell us that This maypole is only one of 2 maypoles in the country that's danced around, and in a few weeks' time they're going to come around to start practicing. There we are, there's the top of the maypole. There we go. I'm going to go all the way down so you can have a nice look at it. It's lovely. All the way down there. Something here that I love as well, I really love the thatch animals. That there's a cat there. If you whiz round there, look, can you see there's a hare? They're absolutely gorgeous, aren't they?
Somewhere to go and have a Levenses. We've got a little bus stop here.
Right, we're ready for our Levenses. We found a nice bus stop to have it in, and look what we've got. Some homemade lemon drizzle cake made by yours truly.
Yum, yum, yum.
Are you looking forward to that?
I am.
Yay!
Here we go. Delicious.
We were soon on our way again, walking the entire length of the high street of Offenham.
This lovely row of thatched cottages, absolutely stunning.
Friendly postman going about his business.
At the end of the main street, we turned right down Mill Lane, past greenhouses and onto a seldom used trackway across farmland.
So we've just left the really pretty village of Offenham. It's really gorgeous, wasn't it?
It's absolutely stunning place. I've enjoyed looking at the thatch animals, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And the maypole was stunning too. And we saw a lady there that basically told us a bit of history about the maypole.
Yeah, she says they're still going to use it for dancing, don't they, around a May Day holiday?
That's right. And they're going to, she said if we came back in about 2 or 3 weeks' time, they're going to go around there practicing. So
yeah, it'd be nice. It'd be nice to come here on May Day and see the whole spectacle, wouldn't it?
that would be amazing. And all the gardens all around in the village they're really kept really well. I've really enjoyed looking at all the gardens.
Anyway, we're approaching Evesham now. I can hear the road noise from the A46 dual carriageway. That's how close we are now. I'm not sure how far we're going to go today. We're certainly going to go round the bottom of Evesham and have a look at the Priory, hopefully. And we'll take a view when we get that far, shall we?
Yeah, we need to stop for a bit of lunch.
Yeah.
At some stage. We'll see how we go.
It's been a lovely walk. It's been nice to be back out, hasn't it?
Well, I've really enjoyed it because the weather's been atrocious, and it's just nice to get out in this lovely weather. The sun's shining. It's really warm. As you can see, I'm walking in my t-shirt, and it's just nice. Really, really miss this.
Anyway, lovely to be back out in the English countryside.
This trackway took us past 4-legged onlookers towards the main road.
Do you think this horse is a bit cold? It looks like he's got a little snood on.
Okay, here's an interesting one. We've got to cross that road. At least it's not a dual carriageway, not like we thought. It's a single carriageway, but it's quite fast and quite busy. This is going to be interesting.
We waited and waited and waited for a gap in the traffic.
Look at that lot down there. We've got no chance of crossing this. I don't think they're going to stop. It's going to keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Go, 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 go.
And then a gap. Quick.
Wow, look at that, look.
Safely across the busy road, we headed up a gentle slope towards the outskirts of Evesham.
And this horse with his headgear looks like Batman.
The path took us across the railway line and down a small lane, and before long we were at the outskirts of Evesham in a housing estate.
Well, here is a sign, and it's probably the first one that you can actually see properly.
And the sign instructed us to walk right through the centre of this modern housing estate.
Went past this nice street art on the way through.
We passed through housing estate after housing estate, but eventually we found ourselves at the riverside again and Workman's Bridge, where there was a most welcome public toilets.
So we've just arrived at Evesham. We've just found some public loos, and then the trail takes us across the river, over the bridge, over towards the Abbey. It's an Abbey, not a Priory. Made a mistake earlier on, sorry about that, Evesham. We're going to go round the Riverside Park, and then we'll go all the way round the other side as if we're taking the path off to Charlton, but I think we'll call it a day there and then go and have a little explore around Evesham.
Workman Bridge has provided the river crossing at this point since 1856, when it replaced an old medieval bridge. It was built by Henry Workman, of all people. Once across the bridge, you can turn left down into Abbey Park. Abbey Park is a really pleasant place. It is filled with wildlife and people using the river and the riverside fields for recreational purposes. It's a popular spot for families too, and this place on this day was filled with people all enjoying the sunshine and the riverside setting.
Oh wow, look at this. Even Barbie's got a canal boat.
The Shakespeares Avon Way follows the meander of the river all the way through Crown Meadow, and before long you encounter a sign warning of a ferry road ahead. And to complete the original route of the Shakespeares Avon Way, you have to cross the river using the Hampton Ferry, although the guidebook does offer an alternative route if you don't want to make the crossing.
Okay, so we've just walked all the way around Abbey Park and we've made our way to the Hampton Ferry, which is just there. Thank you, Nelly. We can't seem to see that it's running today, and we've had enough anyway, haven't we? Now we're going to go back into Evesham and have a look at the Abbey and get something to eat. Yeah, but it's been a lovely walk, hasn't it?
It's been absolutely gorgeous. I've really enjoyed it today.
And the Abbey Park was humming, wasn't it? Absolutely loads of people in there.
It was really busy. We were going to get the drone out, weren't we?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a bit too busy.
A bit too busy to fly the drone, but never mind, maybe next time. So when we start this walk again, that little boat there hopefully will be this side, and we can get across here, and then the Shakespeares Avon Way continues from the other side of the river.
I think we'll have to do a bit of research and find out actually when it's running, I think.
Yeah, okay. All right, join us on next time.
So we ended our progress on the Shakespeares Avon Way and instead headed up into the historic medieval town of Evesham. The centre of Evesham contains many old historic buildings, including the chocolate box gorgeous almonry with the town stock still outside. The almonry houses the tourist information centre and also a small museum.
Make sure you're being a good boy, Si. I'll put you in the stocks.
Evesham once housed a mighty Benedictine Abbey founded in the 8th century by St Egwin. St Egwin founded the abbey when he learned of a vision of the Virgin Mary by a local swineherd. The abbey sadly though was dismantled during the dissolution of the monasteries by Henry VIII. However, the beautiful All Saints Church and the neighbouring St Lawrence Church do still remain. Only the All Saints Church, however, is still in active use, but is well worth your time exploring its beautiful and gorgeous interior. Perhaps though the most striking remnant of the abbey is the wonderful bell tower that towers above Abbey Park.
This bell tower is 33 metres high.
There are other remains of the Abbey building that you can still visit, and these are well worth your time exploring. There is also a lovely legend around St Egwin, who founded the Abbey. St Egwin fell out with his local parishioners over his strict views around Christian marriage. Some of his parishioners reported him to the Pope in Rome, and St Egwin was summoned. To prove he was correct, St Egwin shackled his feet together and threw away the key into the local river Avon. He made the journey to Rome to receive the Pope's blessing with his feet shackled. Having made the arduous journey to Rome, he settled into his accommodation and was served up a fish supper. Miraculously, inside the fish's stomach was a key that unlocked his shackles. Having heard of this miracle, the Pope of course gave his blessing, and St Egwin then returned to Evesham feeling vindicated and more determined than ever to build the abbey at Evesham. And learning this story was a wonderful day to end our day walking the Shakespeares Avon Way. Well, not quite the end, as we decided to try our own luck and have our own fish supper. If you've liked this video, why not drop us a comment in the box below? We always reply. And if you want to see more fun like this, why not subscribe? Thank you.